Hey guys, welcome back to AFK Journey. In today's video, we are doing the Orson boss guide for this one. Keep in mind, this is still very early days. Things can definitely change. And also, this is for pre-endless mode. So this is working through the difficulties. And during this phase of bossing, the true damage DPS does not shine as bright. And I'll be able to show you that with my Lily May. Now, luckily with the Lily May, if you have her built, she does do some just good magic damage as well as true damage. So she's kind of a mixture. But you will see things like Odie performing really well at this phase of the game. Now, let's go through the boss first of all, and then we'll take a look at Pridewin and some of their optimal teams, and then I'll show you what I'm doing on my side because I don't have all the optimal units to do. So essentially, the core thing with this guy, honestly, a bunch of these abilities don't matter. He's got a shockwave that goes in the front three rows. So you'll see when I go into team positioning and stuff, trying to get your stunning unit and maybe your DPS as well on the outside of the battlefield so that they don't get hit by the knockback, so that they can continue their stunning capacity is going to be very important. Now, why do I say stunning capacity? Because this is basically this is the core ability that you really have to worry about in his kit. This one, basically, he gets 5 Fury stacks. You'll see them around him. Every time you put a control effect, like they say interruption effect, but stun is the easiest one to reliably do with 2 specific heroes, which we'll go through in a sec. But basically, he has 5 stacks, and he gets a haste buff, and it makes him do like a massive hit with his ultimate if he has this enrage buff active. So to make him lose the enrage buff, you have to make him lose all 5 stacks, and then he won't have it anymore. He will gradually gain those stacks back over time because each one restores 10 seconds after it was removed. But once you've removed all 5, even if he gains 1 back, he doesn't get the enraged status. He has to get them all back to regain the enraged status. So that's why rapid stunning is going to be very important. Now, who do we have to do that? Lenya, who is the newest Wilder A level, is the best one for this. However, I am still not recommending to pull for her. Even though she is working pretty well at like beefed up, she is not considered a hero in this season. So you won't be able to use the swap for her, even though her banner is still running during this season. I'm waiting for 100% confirmation from the game on that, but I'm 99% sure that she doesn't count as a season unit. So that's why I don't really recommend pulling her. And if you want 1 copy of her, because I think she will work really well in this boss at 1 copy, I probably wouldn't go there because it's a lot of rate up pulls when considering the fact that we have 8 bosses on an 8-day rotation, meaning the next time we come around to this boss, Lenya will be available on our standard wishlist, and we can just go ahead and like put her on our standard wishlist, save up some summons till then. You'll get a bunch through the next week, and then just get an A level copy of her if you want low ascension. That would be my suggestion. But when we take a look, you know what, actually, we might jump over to Pridewin now and take a look at their optimal teams, but that is the main thing that you really need to focus on is that stun capacity, rapid stuns. So let's jump over here to Pridewin, this one here. Okay, so as you can see, Team 1, the Lenya carry. This is like the main team that they found does optimal damage. This was through testing on live servers now, but also through the Pioneered server. You've got Lenya running up here. She's the one getting swapped by the Rainier so that she gets the extra healing there. You got Kruger as the tank. Now, Kruger is here as the tank and the defense shredder because Lenya does physical damage, and she does a lot of damage in this one. Then we have a sub DPS of Odie. They do say you can put Lily May in there. Odie is nice because it does give you a 4-piece faction bonus as opposed to a 3-2. And like you'll see in a sec when I show you some of my results, like Odie, if he's built well, will do more damage. However, keep in mind that if your Lily May is kind of like mine, where it's like plus 20 and my Odie's plus 10, then sometimes your Lily May will do more damage. Just keep in mind, once we get to endless mode, that is when Lily May will excel and Odie will probably drop out of this, but it is going to be a while before we hit the endless mode. So that is the first team we are looking at there, and then we have Mikola for her buffing capabilities. Next up, we have the one over here, if you have no Lenya and you are using Elsa as the stunner. The key thing you want to note here is that Elsa is on the far right hand side. This means that hopefully when she goes in and then ducks back, she stays on the outskirts. Sometimes it can bug out and she can go to the middle from my testing, but you have her on the outside there so that she goes to the outside so that she doesn't get hit by that three tile wide channel attack that he does to knockback, because you don't want your Elsa getting controlled because she has that rapid ultimate and she wants to keep using using it because that applies a stun. Also, when she drops her rocks, that's another stun, and that's how she gets the stun capacity. If you didn't realize, because I didn't touch on it before, if you're not too familiar with Lenya, the reason she's so good is because she stuns after every basic attack, and that is the huge thing. So she is the most rapid stunning removing of those frenzy stacks that you can get in the game, and her other abilities have stacks as well, not just that. So she's crazy, but this is another option. And then this one is the no Mikola and Lenya team, and this one I'm not a fan of because I still think for most people, instead of running a team like this, you could probably drop the Smokey, and I'm not too sure. I just feel like there's better comps by using I feel like a single copy. You'll see what I'm using. This team will not work for me. I don't have a Rainier, obviously, so I'm a bit different. But I do think using a single copy of like Mikola and a single copy of Lenya or Elsa will be very viable. That will make sense when you see my teams and what my best teams that I've been able to put together has been. But you know, that is an option that you can try if you want. So that is what we're looking at. Just note all of these have Rainier. If you don't have Rainier, you're probably looking to use something like a Thorin or something like that. And you'll see on my account's a perfect example of someone who's like, dude, I don't have any of the shit you're talking about. Also, just quickly in editing, because I missed it, massive shout out, because I always love to give credits to where the people are coming up with these teams. Massive shout out to Nikki from the Analytica Discord, to Toxin. Let's just call it Tox from the Analytica Discord. Dude, I suck at names. And also TY from the Analytica Discord. Massive shout out to Analytica in general, doing great work, sharing the information with pride of it. Absolutely fantastic. Just wanted to put the proper credits there because I missed it in the first recording. So let's jump back over into my account and let's take a look. Now, I'm going to reformat this because I've just been doing some more testing. Basically, this is the formation that has worked the best for me personally. The reason being, Thorin linked to Mikola, because if we look at my my Ascensions, my Elsa is at a single copy, or she's at 2 copies, and my Mikola is at 1 copy. So I have my Thorin linked to Mikola so that she can survive. Also, this positioning is so that Mikola will take the left-hand turn and go in and take the middle position on the boss so that she'll be in range to give her haste buff, and that's the reason we do that. Then I have my Elsa and my Odie on the outside so that Odie sometimes gets randomly sketched into the middle, but we'll see how it goes. And then so Elsa can hopefully stay over here outside of the range of the channel. And that is the basic strategy that I'm using. Now, as for the artifacts, Verdant Spell is the one that we're using at the moment. I'm pretty sure Pride wouldn't say the same thing. Yeah, they're using Verdant Spell. If you don't have that yet, you can use Star Shard. But Verdant Spell is going to be the one that we're going to look to. Once again, if I had a single copy, and I will do this next rotation, if I had a single copy of Lenya, I would be swapping out my Elsa for the Lenya and playing around. Maybe I would have to put her there and then link the Lenya because Lenya goes into melee hardcore. I'll have to experiment with it, but I do think a single copy of Lenya will still be viable for this type of thing. But let's jump in, and I want to show you guys the basic strategy to this boss and the way it works in the run. So you can see all the orbs above him. Every time you put a stun or a interrupt or control, whatever they call it, on him, he will lose one of them. So you're going to see his first enrage here. He's going to do like one of his big hits because he's going to be enraged because I'm not going to get them down. So here's his ult, and you'll see it's a big one, and the whole screen goes red. That's because I didn't get rid of all his enrage stacks until right now. Now he's lost all of them, but he gained one back. It doesn't matter. He's not going to do the big full red screen enrage ultimate. He won't do that again until he gains all 5 stacks at once. So here you'll see he just does the 3 channel down the middle. Now, as you can see, my Odie somehow got pushed out into the middle of that channel. So Odie is still getting knocked back. But the difference is if he has the enraged status, his ultimate, the whole screen goes red and he hits everyone. Whereas if he's not enraged status, then he will go ahead and do the channel. Now, the other thing I forgot to mention when we were talking about the enraged stacks is the reason you really want to stay on top of these and why Lenya is so much better is because she stuns quicker, and each one of those orbs that he has is actually reducing the damage he takes by 10%. So if he has 5 of them up, he's getting a 50% damage mitigation. If he has 1, he's getting 10%. If he has 2, he's getting 20% mitigation. So that's why Lenya is so crucial, because she can remove those stacks so quickly. You can see right now he has like a 30-40% mitigation. So that's why Lenya is so vital in that. And you can see we got 76% that time. The best we've done is 77.9. I can show you that in my logs. I will keep experimenting with different things, and I do encourage you guys to experiment because we are limited on the amount of tests we can do. But this gives you a look at what I was talking about, where Odie is just performing really well. Considering my my Lily May is at plus 25 and my Odie's at plus 10. This gives you an idea of how strong that the non true DPS are, true damage DPS are during the preseason. So that is what we are looking at. But like I said, definitely experiment with different things you have. I still think the two best stunners are going to be Lenya and Elsa. And if you don't have them built, you can still get them to work at a single copy. Now, I just want to show you some stuff that I've seen over here. This is over on my server. You can see in my district, this dude's doing pretty well with just a single copy of Mikola over here. And I think he's running that Mikola in the front row position. So, you know, like people are making stuff work. Now, he does have a fair few levels on me, but in general, like that's quite impressive. This is more of a stock standard type team that we're going to look at over here by Joker. Once again, you got the tank there. You're teleporting the Lenya, you're using the Lily May, using the Kruger. Bit different formation to what Pride wouldn't have, but it's the same units on the optimal team is essentially what we're looking at, except this one is using that Lily May as opposed to the Odie. So once again, you can interchange some of those things, but that is a basic look at what we are looking at. You can look at your rankings and see what other people are using as well. But just keep in mind, using a single copy of something like an Elsa or a Lenya will be very viable. But once again, I do not recommend at this stage. If it changes, I will let you know. I do not recommend going in here and summoning for the Lenya because once again, she's got 6 days left. We've got 8 bosses, so that's across eight days. And we're just starting the season, meaning you're going to get a ton of summons through the events, through the AFK stages and all that. So I would be saving up your summons, and then once she comes to the standard banner, that is when I would go ahead and pop them, put her on your wish list over here. Make sure you're putting Olmus on your wish list as well. Basically, any 4-faction hero, any hero that you think is decent from these factions, A levels, the main ones being him and also what's her face, Lenya, because we've seen that they don't go into the shop, so there's no point summoning on your wish list for the heroes that you can get from the shop. So she will go straight into my wish list spot here. Into my wish list spot here when she comes. And then I'm just gonna be summoning for those two. Like, I mean, I've already done Arden and Damien, so I'm pretty much cooking anyway. But just note, even if you don't have Arden and Damien built, I would be definitely swapping it to Olmus and Lenya because you could not get them from the shop like you can the others to build them. So that is what I will be doing over on my test server as well, even though I don't have these units fully built. But yeah, that is basically what we are looking at. Once again, I'll update you if that changes, but it's too hefty to put 40 raid up summons in to get the Lenya because you get 8 copies, which is, yeah, cool. You get like 1 ascension into her, but I'm just waiting for the standard banner. I just think it's a better play with the A levels. That is my personal thoughts. But once again, you guys do you. Definitely experiment with it. The core thing is getting those stuns in on this guy is going to be crucial so that he doesn't get the damage mitigation and so that he doesn't nuke your entire team. Let me know if you guys have any other thoughts. Once again, it is very early, so take it with a grain of salt. If I find anything new, I will let you guys know. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.